What is love? Is it loving your parents? Is it loving your pets?
Why the hell you look so damn happy?
Is it loving video games? Or is it loving the homies?
Charlie, love you, Charlie. Love you, Charlie. Good job, Charlie.
It's one of life's greatest questions. Second being, will we ever get a second season of Kiss Exes? If we can get a second season of Rainbow, then we can for Kiss Exes? Well, that's what Love and Life tries to answer. We all love a good romance anime, and watching them is like a roller coaster of emotions. Sometimes we cry, sometimes we get mad, and sometimes we feel joy and satisfaction because we actually get a happy ending and not a depressing ending where the main character ends up lonely and we just sit there and contemplate about life. There are also some of us that might not get emotional when watching romance anime, but can at least appreciate good storytelling. I already mentioned this in my last video, but my favorite harem anime is this one, and Miku is the best girl out of all of them. I don't care what y'all say, she's the only correct choice, so fight me. Love and Lies is an anime that I have never seen anyone mention or try to recommend, especially when you're trying to find a new romance anime to watch. The premise of Love and Lies revolves around a futuristic society where Japan has implemented a system where everyone is assigned a marriage partner by the age of 16 in an effort to increase the population, a situation that Japan is currently facing right now in real life. And these assigned marriages are not randomly assigned like seats in a classroom, but rather on who your most ideal partner is, someone that you share common personalities and interests with. Love and Lies is one of those series that define love as more than just holding hands, dating, or kissing. The story revolves around the main characters Nejima, Misaki, and Rurina, who are secretly in a love triangle, or to be more accurate, a love because there's this other character, Nisaka, the mysterious anime character that all girls are obsessed with because he's good looking, who is, spoiler alert, also in love with the main character Nejima, but the central focus is between these three characters. Can't really say that the anime does an adequate job at developing the story because it feels like it's rushed. At its core, it puts emphasis on a theme of love. It makes you wonder what exactly is love. How do couples build on a love relationship? Do you love someone for their appearance or for who they are as a person? In a society where marriages are assigned, Nejima goes against the system and instead decides to act on who his heart truly desires, and that is Misaki, who he has been secretly in love with since elementary school, all because she said thank you to him after he gave her an eraser. He decides to confess his love to her before being assigned his marriage partner. In a turn of events, it's revealed that she also has been in love with him. But once Nejima is assigned his marriage partner, she retracts her feelings for him and wishes him good luck, in an effort to not feel heartbroken because she can handle the truth that she will never be his wife. But Nejima promises to her that he will not accept his marriage partner, as she's the one who he truly loves. We are then introduced to Rurina, who is an ice queen that doesn't really open up to others about her feelings. She isn't exactly very optimistic about the arranged marriage as well, but once she discovers that Nejima has feelings for another girl, she decides to pretend to be in love with him while secretly spoiling the love between Nejima and Misaki. Similar to Rent a Girlfriend, except the difference here is that the characters are likable and the main character isn't a big loser like Kazuya. Thus, we begin to explore the theme of love through this love triangle. The chemistry between these characters is built on whether or not they have feelings for each other. While Nejima is in love with Misaki, he also begins to question if Rurina is the one who he will ultimately fall in love with, as both him and Rurina do share some personality traits. They are both social outcasts and have trouble expressing their feelings and thoughts. Nejima struggles with his feelings to determine which girl is the right choice for him, the one he chooses to freely love or the one that was chosen for him. If I have to be honest, he should marry Rurina because Misaki made him wait 5 hours at the playground for her to finally show up, and she doesn't even explain what the hell she was doing that took 5 hours. Like, come on, dude, at least have some sort of respect.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
After 1 hour, I would have already left. Maybe I would have waited 50 more minutes if the ice cream man showed up. He spends way too much time thinking about what love really is and never acts on who his heart truly loves. He does take the initiative later on, but is constantly struggling with his feelings for both girls, which makes his whole character underwhelming. It's like he's playing tug of war with himself only. The characters that stand out the most are both Rurina and Misaki because they both struggle to know what their position in this love triangle is. Rurina is very fascinated by the whole idea of love and tries to explore what it is through the relationship of Nejima and Misaki, while at the same time questioning the feelings she has for him. She goes so far as to try and hook them up, but eventually Nisaka calls her on her BS because she's acting like a hypocrite but trying to support their love because she has also started to fall in love with Nejima. He assists her with nothing but facts about what she's doing is wrong, as his life will be ruined if he rejects his marriage partner. Nisaka is probably the only character in this anime that just says the hard truth and he doesn't pull back any punches. She does begin to realize that she is in love with Nejima when they are invited by the government to take a sex ed class, and if that wasn't crazy enough, they send them out to private rooms to have sex, all while being watched through security cameras doing it, which is kinda weird considering the fact that they are still in school.
Nigga, we done got them caught you, my boy.
but it's implied that was just delayed to test Nejima. Misaki on the other hand also struggles with the feelings she has for Nejima because she knows that her love for him is wrong, but at the same time struggles to let go of any feelings she has for him. You're constantly told throughout the entire anime that she has this big secret that she's hiding. It's a big deal if it gets out, everyone will be in trouble, but it really isn't because her secret is just that she likes him. They made it sound like she was secretly an assassin or was cheating on him with another guy. Both these characters are constantly trying to lie to themselves that they are in fact in love with the main character but can't come to terms with their feelings, hence the name of the anime, Love and Lies. The red string of fate is also explored throughout the anime. It's even referred to as the red string of science. The Yukari system is said to almost never fail with matching partners because they have gathered a ton of information on young people since the moment they entered school through tests and physical examination. Kind of like Tinder or Hinge, but the difference here is that you don't get to choose who your partner will be. And that's where I notice a flaw with the system when you ask yourself, what if you match with two different people? Do they just flip a coin to decide which one will be matching with who? The anime never really dives deep into what exactly happens if a couple never really works out after marriage and then decides to have a divorce. It does tell us that if a couple rejects their marriage partner at first, there are consequences such as not being accepted to a university of their choice and being rejected from most job applications immediately. Just because you're able to get along with a stranger you just met doesn't exactly mean that they are your soulmate for life. Take it from me, there was this girl who I used to joke around with in high school, especially during history class because it's the most boring class, let's be honest here. Some of you even fall asleep during this class, especially after PE. Get your ass up! I'm up! But yeah, we used to joke around all the time, but that doesn't mean that I liked her. Well, she didn't like me in a romantic way because I got friendzoned by her. And if that's not sad enough, I even tried to ask another friend to ask her out for me. I'm getting off topic here, but yeah, just because you're able to get along with someone doesn't mean that they are your soulmate. Maybe this isn't the case for most of you because maybe that first person that you met in high school turned out to be your soulmate for life, and I'm happy for you. No, really, I am happy for you. But anyways, I'm already getting off topic here again. Nejima questions whether or not he likes Misaki for her personality or for her looks. It's even hinted early on when Rurina questions Misaki what she likes about him, and all she could describe was how his hair looks funny. Before this, they have never talked to each other until he confesses his feelings for her, which makes it obvious that they probably like each other for their looks only. Now in most romance anime, there's always a plot twist that's either supposed to shock the audience, reveal some secrets about certain characters, make you cry, or just overall change the tone of the story as a whole. But the plot twist in Love and Lies just destroys its own themes as it pretty much tells you which girl Nejima is supposed to fall in love with. Turns out that this girl who comes out of nowhere knows that Misaki and Nejima are actually supposed to be a couple, and she never really explains how she knows it's true. You're supposed to accept the fact that she knows. This small plot device serves no point to the story because the anime just forgets about it and you never see this character again. All she did was just stir up some more drama for the characters. The anime treats this as some kind of mind-blowing plot twist, but it's not because you're just there thinking, well, the obvious choice now is Misaki. He should just break up with Rina. And that brings us to the ending. Finally, we made it to the last episode. You're hurrying to know which girl wins, and well, I don't know because you never get a solid answer as to who he actually ends up with. Rina tells him that he should go ahead and marry Misaki, but not before she gets a piece of him first by making out with him passionately one last time. And then they have this wedding photo shoot together and that's about it. The ending feels underwhelming because you never get a straight answer of anyone. Is Misaki actually going to marry him or not? Is Rurina actually happy with the choices she made? Or is she just lying to herself again? Personally, I thought that Rurina was going to win because both Nejima and her looked like they had a lot of good chemistry together. Even when she denies it herself, she knows it's true. It was very obvious from the beginning when she takes an interest in his hobbies and admits it's fun talking with him, as he's the first person she has ever been open with about her feelings, but she never acts on her love for him. The ending does imply that maybe he chooses to have both of them as his wives, which really isn't a surprise given the fact that he practically has already made out with both of them, but neither one of them has a problem with it. They just shrug it off like it's nothing. I also like to point out how detailed these kisses were. It's like they brought in a hentai anime just for these kissing scenes. Now I read on Reddit that the manga also isn't exactly good either because the story is stretched out, and I didn't really feel like reading the manga because I was already disappointed once when I read Rent a Girlfriend. I don't want to go through the same thing again with this manga where the story goes nowhere for like 30 chapters.
Fuck all this bullshit, what the fuck?
But hey, I'm not discouraging you from going and reading the manga because it does have two endings, one for Rurina and another for Misaki, so whichever girl you were hyping up for, you at least get a satisfying ending. Overall, this is one of those animes that is fun garbage to watch. It had a lot of interesting ideas that ended up feeling like wasted potential, such as Nisaka being a homosexual. It would have been interesting to see how a society that signs marriages for the sake of growing the population handles homosexuality. If you craft an entirely different society, you will at least see some repercussions for a group of people, but it's never explored or developed further. I don't understand why they even introduced this inner conflict of his about being a homosexual. You quickly forget he was important to the story into the last episode. It's simple storytelling 101. Don't introduce a new concept to your story if you're not going to do anything with it. For some of you, you might enjoy this anime, but be warned about the ending as you will either be disappointed or feel like you just wasted your time watching this anime for nothing. This anime isn't exactly something special or can be considered top 10 romance anime when compared to others such as Horimiya, Your Name, My Dress Up Darling, or Kaguya-sama. I was able to tolerate some of the writing choices made in this anime because this is nothing when compared to Rent a Girlfriend. If I have to give this anime a rating, I will give it a 68% or a D+. I don't really see myself rewatching this anime ever again. It's forgettable, there's nothing special about it, it's not one of those animes that you will go crazy about for weeks. But anyways, if you made to the end of the video, thanks for watching. I still haven't been able to get the audio to sound perfect. This is probably as good as it's gonna get for now until my dumbass can figure out how to make the audio not sound like I'm recording out of a Walmart bathroom. But yeah, thanks again for watching and see ya.